sharing. Um, I have, I'm Jen, hi. And I have been also enjoying more time home and nesting. I repotted my plants this week and that felt really good. And it was just really nice to have time and space to tend to some things that I've been neglecting. So I've been enjoying that. And thanks for showing up on your mat tonight and spending your Monday evening with each other and taking some time to turn inward. So I am grateful for you guys being here and doing that. I would love to start class tonight with a little walking meditation. Something that I know happens a lot, and there are a lot of different kinds of meditations that are out there, but it can be really easy to think that in order to meditate correctly, you need to be seated on a cushion somewhere in a cross-legged position with your eyes closed. And while that's one way of meditating, and it can serve a really great purpose and be a really powerful posture to meditate in, that there is an opportunity to drop into a meditative state at any point in our life. And there are a lot of different things that we can do. And to make it really accessible, when we talk about meditation, when I'm talking about meditation right now, I'm talking about when you're bringing your attention into one place. And so you could use sensation in your body as a way of training your attention and bringing it into one place. So I would love to do some exercises that help show that and help point you to your experience with this, because I'm going to say a lot of words. Some of them are going to land, some of them aren't. Take what you want, leave the rest. But as we go through these different experiences, I encourage you to get really curious. How do they affect your body? How do they affect your mind? So we may start right here, right now. You don't need to adjust anything or change anything. Just close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or let your gaze soften on the floor in front of you. We're going to take a few really deep, satisfying, grounding breaths. So we're going to take a deep inhale here and a satisfying exhale on the way out. Several more rounds like that. Make them really nourishing, really satisfying. And imagine you're taking some of the stress and anxiety of your day as you're drawing in, and then as you exhale, you're dropping it all out into the earth below you. So 2 more rounds like that, drawing the breath in, taking up all that pent up energy, and then exhale, pushing it out. And then taking a moment to check in, maybe the first time today, noticing, first of all, sensation in your body. We're not trying to change anything, just check in and notice physical sensation. Are you feeling discomfort? Are you feeling ease? Maybe a bit of both. What are you feeling and where are you feeling it? And the next thing we want to notice is our emotional landscape. So what kind of thoughts and emotions are here right now after the day you've had, and the experiences you've had and the interactions you've had? What feels present for you? Not trying to change it, just noticing what's here. And then coming to your thoughts, start to notice your thought traffic. Is it really busy, or you have, a thought a second? Is it a little slower? Just noticing how busy the mind is right now, not trying to change it, let it be. And then noticing all these things at once, just keeping this in mind. We're going to check back in after each of these exercises, and like a science experiment, we're going to see how do these exercises affect all 3 of these things that we just noticed. So when you're ready, take a deep inhale and exhale, and then blink the eyes open. And we are going to move to a standing position. So you might do this if you have a mat nearby or a space where you are going to walk, be in your area. And finding your way at the back of your walking path, or the back of your mat, whatever that might be. Taking a moment to look down at your feet and notice how the feet feel on the ground. Maybe roll in a little bit and roll out. I'm going to stand here so you can see. And then get to a point where your feet are hip-width distance apart and they're right directly below the hip bones. And then you want to line up your pinky toes so that they're parallel with each other. So this might look like your big toes are a little pigeon-toed. That's okay. We want the sides of the feet and the pinky toes to be parallel with each other. Bring a bend in the knee and then press down into all four corners of the feet and lift the toes up, spread them wide. One toe at a time, drop it back down onto the mat. We're keeping a soft bend in the knee, something that feels supportive. I'm taking a moment here just to notice all of those cues, all those little points and attentions that we were doing. Your attention most likely was going into sensation in the body. It was dropping out of whatever busyness from your day might be there and starting to drop into the body, sensing the body. So that's what this exercise is about. We want to start feeling what's happening in the body. It's really hard to think and feel at the same time. And so this exercise, this body sensing exercise, is really helpful when your mind's really busy and swirling around to help find a little bit of space. So the knees are bent, feet are pressing down. And now imagine that there's this book that's open face underneath your feet. You want to start pulling the pages apart. So the feet press down and pull away from each other. And when that happens, all the muscles in the legs are starting to activate. Make sure you're not locking out your knees. Keep that bend in the knee. And start to take the front of your hips towards your lower rib cage. So if your back has a curve in it like this in the lower back, bringing the front of the hips towards the ribs helps to offer some length in the lumbar. Knees are still bent and the feet are still pulling away from each other. So we're moving slowly, and as we're talking about all these other parts of the body, you're going to notice this heat and energy moving and building in the legs. So from here, the next thing we're going to do is take the navel and draw it back towards the spine, and then draw it up into the rib cage. So the hips are tucked, navel's drawing back and up, activating all the muscles in the core, in the abdomen, and in the lower back. From there, start to engage all the muscles around the ribs and in the mid-back, feeling them wrap around each other, and then lift the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Broaden across the chest, so spread the collarbone apart and draw the shoulders down and back by drawing the shoulder blades together on your upper back. Spread the fingers wide and turn your palms forward towards the front of the room. This forward rotation allows the shoulders to gently externally rotate. The insides of your elbows are pointing forward. We're still spreading the mat apart. Abdomen still drawing in. Feeling this heat and energy building in the body. From here, lift the collarbone and then lift the roof of the mouth and soften the jaw. Lift the crown of the head and soften the eyes. Maybe a gentle smile on the lips to soften the face. And if it feels safe for you, close your eyes or let your vision soften and rest on the floor in front of you. The entire body is engaged. Feet are spreading apart. Shoulders are spreading away from each other, lifting the collarbone, top of the head lifting. Hips are softening down. Face is soft. Take a few moments here, breathing in a way that feels really good. Noticing if your mind goes somewhere else, come back to sensation in the body. And if you're starting to experience any discomfort, notice if your mind wants to run away. It doesn't want to be here. See if there's an adjustment you can make to make this feel good in your body. Somewhere you feel strong, where you're expanding out to the edges of your skin, taking up as much space as possible around you. And coming back to the breath, breathing in a way that feels really good, really nourishing, strong, supported, resilient. Take a deep inhale here, fill all the way up. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out, and let everything go. Shake the hands, the arms, take some movement, whatever feels good here. And then take a moment to just stop. Let everything just hang. You don't have to make any work here, do any work. Eyes can be open or closed. And this is our first check-in point. So check in. Notice how that exercise has affected your body, your mind. Maybe there was an effect, maybe there isn't. Just noticing how you're feeling right now. And checking in, how's your thought traffic? Are the same thoughts here? Are they different? Is your mind busier? It's a little bit slower? The same? Noticing sensation in the body, both the discomfort and the ease. Notice if they're in the same place or if they've moved somewhere else. And noticing your emotional landscape. What kind of emotions are here right now? Not changing anything, just checking in. Is it the same? Is it different? We'll take a deep inhale, blink the eyes open if they're not already. And satisfying exhale, shaking it out. We're going to do the next exercise, which is going to be a walking meditation. So finding your way, I believe you're at the base of your mat. What you're looking for is a space that's maybe 5 or 6 feet in front of you. So mat might be there, might not be. And I want you to walk to the edge of the mat. The other side, whatever that might be. And then turn around and walk back. Then take a moment to check in and see, was your mind somewhere else? Were you thinking about something else? Were you feeling your body at all? What was going on? Went by pretty quickly, maybe don't even remember it. So we are going to start to walk in a way that's more intentional as a means of bringing our attention to this sensation in the body, this body sensing practice that we're working on tonight. So we'll start in a very similar way that we just did in mountain pose. We want to have our feet hip-width distance apart. Let the toes be parallel with each other, the pinky toes, feet are right underneath the hips. And start to bring your attention into your legs. Gentle bend in the knee. Start to draw your navel back towards your spine, slightly tucking the tailbone. Lift the top of the head. Shoulders soften down and back. And we're going to start to shift our weight into our left leg very slowly and begin to lift the right foot up off the ground. Move the foot 6 to 12 inches in front of you, and then the heel, ball of the foot, and the toes come down. As they find their way there, you're going to shift your weight into your right hip, and the left leg's going to start to slowly peel up off the ground. Heel, ball, toes, shift. Right leg starts to lift. The hip moves to lift the knee, shifting it forward, heel, foot, toes, and continuing on like this. Very intentional movement here. When you get to the edge of your mat or you get to the edge of where you're going to turn around, notice what muscles are engaging in the hips and the legs as you turn to the other mat side. How do your legs move and push and pull to move you around? Core is still engaged, hips are slightly tucked, and we'll find our way back. Moving very slowly, very mindfully. Noticing how your arms feel when you're giving this much attention to your legs. What's going on in the shoulders and the core as you're moving slowly. And then once you feel like you've got the hang of this, still going at this very slow pace, what adjustments might you bring in that will make this feel good in your body? That will make you feel more supported? Maybe some of the cues I gave don't feel quite right. Let them point you to your own experience and how you can best support yourself right now. Continuing to pay attention to every little micro movement in your body as a way of helping your mind stay here in the present moment. And if at any point it feels safe or comfortable for you, you might blur your vision and let your vision soften on the floor in front of your feet. Maybe even close your eyes, noticing how taking away one of the senses might change this experience for you. None of this is better than, it's all just different opportunity to explore this moment, this experience. Using this practice, coming into this moment, into your body. Noticing how the breath is here. Seeing if there's something you can do to make the shoulders and the neck and the head feel more supported. How might you adjust this movement to make it feel right for you? Maybe you start to walk a little bit faster. Maybe you start to walk even slower, turning this into a balancing exercise with each step that you take. This meditation practice is very helpful when there's a lot of anxious energy and thoughts swirling around the body and the mind. Moving meditations and mindful movement practices are helpful for giving that anxious energy somewhere to go so that your thoughts and your mind can start to clear out a little bit. The next time you turn around, taking a moment wherever you are and check in. Allowing the body to be exactly as it is. Eyes can be open or closed, whatever feels supportive for you. Take a deep, nourishing breath, whatever that is for you, something that feels really good as you breathe in and then let it go. And take a moment to check in. Noticing the emotional landscape. What emotions are present right now? Has anything changed? Is it the same? Noticing physical sensation in the body. Where are you feeling discomfort? Where are you feeling ease? And is it feeling the same? Is it feeling different? Is it located in the same place or has it moved? And noticing your thought traffic. What kind of thoughts are present? What's the frequency of them? The mind feeling really busy. Not trying to change anything, let it all be just as it is. And notice the whole body all at once. Sensation, emotion, thoughts, everything just as it is. Take a deep inhale here. Sigh it out. And then blink the eyes open. Take any movement that feels good. And we will find our way into a comfortable seat. So whatever that is for you, you might sit on a chair or you might have some other support. I've got a little pillow and blanket here set up to sit on, but we'll start seated. So whatever feels most supportive for you right now. So as you settle in, notice how your hips are feeling and your legs are feeling. And see if there's some kind of adjustment you might bring in that would make them feel more supported. Maybe something else underneath the hips or having your legs in a different way. Sitting on a chair versus the floor. Whatever feels right for you, a comfortable seat. We want to let the spine be long and tall, lifting the chest and the collarbone, and gently drawing the shoulder blades back together to broaden across the chest, and then let everything soften down. So instead of softening with our arms curling forward, we're gently drawing the shoulder blades together so we can soften with our chest open. Arms can rest on the legs or somewhere in between, whatever feels comfortable. And notice if it feels better for your hands to be facing down or facing up. Let the shoulders continue to soften down. Let the hips soften onto the surface below. Let the roof of your mouth start to lift up towards the ceiling. And then let the eyes, the ears, the mouth soften down towards the earth. Notice if it feels better for your eyes to be open or closed. Softening the space between the eyes and behind the eyes, either way. Noticing sensation in the body. Noticing the parts of the body that are making contact with the floor. Notice where your hands are making contact with your legs, the surface underneath. Notice where your top lip is making contact with the bottom lip. Where the eyelids are gently touching each other. Start breathing in a way that feels really good. What parts of your body are craving some breath right now? Can you bring that breath into those places in a way that feels really expansive and nourishing, supportive? Starting to notice the parts of the body that would like some more breath and support and care. And then noticing the other parts of the body that are feeling really expansive and calm and supported already. Allowing your breath to continue to nourish those places as well. We're going to do an exercise, 3-part breathing. So start by bringing your hands to your belly. Eyes can stay open or closed. And you want your hands on your belly underneath the rib cage. So if your rib cage ends here, your hands are going to be right underneath the rib cage. Let the shoulders continue to soften down and back. And the next time you take an inhale into your hands. Feeling the belly expand, and exhale, soften. Inhale for 3 seconds on the way in, and exhale 3 seconds on the way out. Inhale, and exhale. Moving your hands up to the sides of your rib cage here. So feeling the sides and noticing what feels more supportive. Maybe your hands are out to the side here. Maybe you're crossing your arms so that each hand's on the side of the rib cage. Notice what feels better in your arms and your wrists. And then next inhale, breathe into the sides of the rib cage. Inhale here for 3. And exhale for 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. Letting the arms relax for a moment. We're going to move up to the chest next. So whenever you're ready, let your hands rest on your chest and let your fingers rest on your collarbone. Let your next inhale draw into the fingers. And exhale. Inhale for 3. And exhale for 3. Your mouth can be open or closed, whatever feels more supportive for you. Another round. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. And letting the hands release down. The next few rounds of breath, we're going to include all 3 of those sections at the same time. So if it felt really supportive for you or you enjoyed having your hands there, you might find a place where your hands are kind of reaching those 3 places, your belly, your ribs, and your chest. Or maybe your hands rest down by your legs. Again, that feels supportive. Focusing on sensation in each part of the torso as you breathe in, feeling the front and the back of the torso expand as you breathe into that area. So letting your eyes be open or closed, we're going to begin several rounds of this breath. Next, inhale, draw your inhale into your belly, ribs, chest. Pause. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, soften. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Pause. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly, pause. Inhale into the lower back, the back of the rib cage, the shoulder blades. Pause. Exhale, shoulder blades, back of the rib cage, lower back, soften. Inhale into the lower back, back of the rib cage, shoulder blades. Pause. Exhale, shoulder blades, back of the rib cage, lower back. Pause. Next, inhale, front and back of the belly and lower back. Front and back of the rib cage, shoulder blades and chest. Pause. Exhale, upper torso, mid torso, lower torso. Pause. Inhale, lower, mid, upper. Pause. Exhale, upper, mid, lower. Pause. Turning this over to you for several rounds of breath. As you draw your inhales in, noticing where you feel sensation the strongest in the torso. And as you exhale, notice all the places that soften and feel spacious and supportive. Noticing the expansion and the spaciousness on the inhale. The support and the release on the exhale. On the next inhale, bring your attention to the sides of the body. Feel the sides of the body expand. And as you exhale, feel the sides of the body soften back down to the center. Another deep inhale into the sides of the body, from the shoulders all the way down to the hips. And exhale. Next, inhale into the floor and the ceiling of the torso. Feel them spread away from each other as you draw your inhale in. And let your exhale, the floor and the ceiling of the torso, soften back towards each other. Inhale, floor and ceiling of the torso. Expanding and softening. On your next inhale, let it start at the center of the torso on the inside. And as you expand, it reaches all the way out. As you exhale, the breath softens back towards the very deep center of the torso. Inhale, breath expanding out to the edges of your skin. And exhale, everything releases and softens back down to the center. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, releasing. Let your next inhale guide your breath outside of the torso into the arms and legs and head. And the exhale, everything softens bound down to the center of the torso. Inhale, expanding out to the edges of your skin from head to toe. And exhale, softening down. Inhale, expanding. And exhale, softening. Then let the breathing exercise fall away. And come back to the natural breath. No effort here. Your body breathing itself. Natural flow of the breath moving in and out of the body. Just as you are, nothing to change, nothing to fix. And a moment to check in. Noticing physical sensation in the body. Noticing both the discomfort and the ease. Where in the body are you feeling them? How do they feel? Is it different? Is it the same? Letting your attention shift to your emotional landscape. What kind of emotions are here right now? Nothing to change. Letting everything be just as it is. And then coming back to your thought traffic. Noticing what thoughts are here, the frequency. Has the busyness of the mind changed at all, or does it feel the same? And then let your attention expand to the entire body, your experience right now, thoughts, emotion, sensation, everything just as it is. Noticing all these things at the same time. Allowing yourself to be just as you are. Bringing one hand to your heart and the other hand to your belly, or somewhere that feels comforting. And softening your hands in a very tender and caring way. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up on your mat tonight and offering yourself this gift of breath and awareness and care. And then eyes can stay open or closed, letting your palms and fingers gently rest together at your heart in a gesture of gratitude, or letting them rest wherever you feel most supported right now. Your eyes can stay closed, open, or maybe your gaze softens on your fingertips. Softening the eyes, maybe a gentle smile on the lips to soften the face. Another moment of gratitude, thanking your body for how amazing and resilient and strong it is and everything it does right every day to support you. We'll all close together with one last deep, nourishing breath. You let your next inhale be whatever you want it to be. And your exhale, feel really good, sigh it out. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me tonight and your time. Let me know if you guys have any questions, if there's anything I can do to support you. I hope to see you guys again soon.